Okay, for this piece, I am going to, I've got my prepped surface with my textured background that I explained in the other video. It's poured on, dried, and now what I've done is tape my stencil in place. I'm using a Tim Holtz rose stencil, and it says it's a THS036. It's very fine in areas, so I got to be real careful how I use my stencil brush, okay? And I'm going to go in a rotating, so I'm moving it one direction and then the other. I'm going to do yellows out on the tips, and then I'm going to go to orange, and then we'll go to red, and then a deeper red. So what I'm going to do is actually stencil this on as if you would on a canvas, a wall, wood, doesn't matter. So this would be a traditional way to work with the stencil, just not ever thinking of it doing it with glass. Alright, so I'm going to work from light to dark. I've got my stencil brush, and I'm going to tap it in, and then what we want to have is like a shop towel, and I'm going to kind of rouge it out. Okay, so this is going to be on the outer edges. Need more on there. So I'm just going to quickly go around the outside. This is a little large, but it'll give us a nice soft look. So go one direction, then go the other direction. And remember, the colors are going to overlap. You could do any color combination you wanted. Just don't forget to go back and forth in the different directions so that you get it all on there. So you're putting it on the brush, and then you're taking the majority of it off so that you don't end up with too much product. Okay, so you can kind of see where that's at. I'm going to wipe some of that off on my towel, and then I'm going to load the orange, Florida orange, and make sure that I'm overlapping. And this can go all the way in to the middle because we can just add the other colors on top. You could tap it in if you need to. I may have picked too intricate of a stencil on this one, but it'll give us a good test. This is my first attempt at doing this, so I'm anxious to see how it works. Not bad. Alright, so we'll go to the first red, which is the 111 red geranium. Anytime you change colors, you got to work that color into the brush. Got to be careful with my stencils wanting to move. So every layer that you put on will cause it to be darker and change the color values. Because the lines are so fine on this one, it is kind of weeping underneath. Okay, now I'm going to the 112. I'm just going to tap that in. Add just a little bit more. Like I said, every layer you add on here is going to cause it to be darker. All right. Not bad. Now, there is some on the edges, so I'm going to grab a square shader and I'm going to wet it and blot it, and then I'm going to just kind of try to swish it away. Because you've got your base down, this is just sitting on the surface. Now we could go around the edge with a color and we could do that. We could float some color around the edge. I kind of like that. So this one here looks like it's kind of closed up, that pattern there, so I'm going to open it. I'm not going to get real picky about it because of what I've got planned coming up. So I'm thinking we float the yellow around the edge. Okay, so I'm going to I'm trying to decide whether I want the yellow or the red. Let's go with the red, the darker red. So I'm going to water load, drag off to achieve a chisel. I'm using the number 8, 5200 number 8. Keep the writing of the brush towards you. Corner load. When you corner load, you're about 1/3 of the brush is what you want. I should wait till this dries. Remember, this is textured, so you're going to have to kind of work at it to get it to blend and get down into the crevices. quicker you can get across there, the better it is. You can see that my base coat didn't go quite all the way out to the edge. Constantly water load, drag off the edge of your water container. Corner load, blend, and float that color on. So it's going from strong color and then fading back into the water. Just showing you some options if you wanted an edge on it. You wouldn't have to do that. You could just have a stencil in the middle. Depends on how much work you want to go into. All right. I mean, there's so much more you could do. Let that dry. There's just a couple of little spots that I'd like to remove some of that color. I should really wait till it dries because I'm pulling off my base because I've got it damp. Okay. Let's zoom in and look at that. That's pretty cool. So this could be over at, I think what I'll do is in the very end, I'll put it over the dome, our dome nightlight. And this is going to have, I'm going to put powdered clear frit all over because these are the concentrates that I'm using on top of glass products. And then I'm going to come in there and I'm going to put Slumpy's clear coarse frit on top of that so that it looks pebbly. And then take it to 1325 to 1340 depending on your kiln. I'll let you know what the schedule is.